I'm going to take you into the print room now and show you where your books get printed. But I want you to, Jamie, please just do a close-up here of the scripture that we put on the wall, because we like to have a reminder of what we are doing and why we're doing it. And all this we're doing because of love, because we love the children and we love the families and we want to support you and help you in this journey and this lifestyle that you have chosen to teach your children at home. So let's go into the print room. And here we have one of the printers. This is known as the 8100, and this does all the black and white only printing. And on this side of the room we have the 5100, which does our color printing. And you'll have to swing around and walk around behind me there, because this printer here is the 900, which does just office printing. This is where we print documents and so on. It doesn't do the printing for the actual books that we're going to be showing you today. And why don't you do a little pan of our wall there with our birds on it? As you see, this is just a nice, cheerful, happy place with pictures of birds and brightly colored, and you can go across there and show that as well, because there's a very closed room here because it has to be temperature controlled. So we try and bring a little bit of happiness and joy and nature into the room. If you swing all the way around, you can see this happy beetle and our happy butterfly. Okay, Makosi, do you want to sit down there? And what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you the steps, the process of what goes on when we go to print a book for you. If you have a look at the moment, you'll see that Alpha is on the screen. And Makosi has been with Oikos for many years, and she knows her way around this computer and these printers and how to go ahead and print a cover for the books that she's going to be binding later. So how many covers are you going to print, Makosi? Two covers. Okay, thank you. So you'll see by this that Makosi has to make quite a few selections, and they have to be accurate. If she makes the wrong selection, then we have an error, and then that becomes a waste, and then it might end up in the damage box because maybe it wasn't printed 100% correct. Now they're going to come across to this machine, and you'll hear it's making all sorts of getting ready sounds. Now we've got this very fancy machine. It tells us, we're very sorry, but there's a problem. The message didn't go through for some or other reason. So now because he's coming over here to have a look at what could be the problem. Why is the printer not just printing this cover for us? So she's going to check the paper tray. When we had these Ryko machines installed, we were very excited about our little post there, our policeman post that tells us when something's wrong. As you see, we're sitting on red now. Oh, now the red light's gone, so now we know that things are good. Listen, go close up. All is good. The machine is firing up, ready for takeoff. And now we will be watching the Alpha cover come through. We hope. We're all hoping. And there it is. And as you'll notice, we don't really want to show you this, but it's just our daily reality, that something went wrong with this print. We were printing a test and activity, boo. So something went wrong. It didn't print this last. So sadly, this becomes now a waste. But we like to recycle in this place, so we don't just throw this away. We actually use this for a purpose, that we have lots of purpose for our waste. And now these guys are now trying to figure out what could be the problem. So Makosi's got an idea what she thinks it might be, so she's going to go and try and resolve this issue. And if you'd like to look at our policeman again, he's told us, stop, everybody stop, things aren't right here. Now, it might be that they're going to get a couple of fail runs. It might be. We hope not. But if that happens and we keep getting fails, then we call the technician and he comes and he helps us, and then maybe he gets a few fails until eventually we get it right. And when we get it right, we'll print 10 or 20, however many Alpha covers we need to print for that particular print run. We never ever do large quantities. We'd never print 100 of these, for example. It's always just what we can fill the shelf with. As you saw the shelves earlier, there's only so much space for us to be able to make books to fill that particular space. And when that space is full, we stop printing that particular book and we move on to the next one. So that's how it works. Would you like to get some footage here of these people on their knees? You see, it's a good place to be here in Oikos. We spend a lot of time on our knees. They're not quite on their knees, but almost. We've got to pray our way through these problems often. Now they're trying to see what could be the matter. And in fact, it's quite interesting. If you want to pull that, or you are pulling that open, Archie, because if you look inside this machine, it's quite involved. Are you trying to see what the matter is with this now? Paper misfeed. How many did you ask it to print? Two, and one came through and the other one jammed. Is that right? Now get a foot on that screen over there, Jamie, up the little screen there. That pictures on that screen is showing us where to go to look for the paper jam, because only one came through and the other one is jammed in the machine. So now they're hunting to try and find where the jam is, and it's been spotted. Thank you. And this one we will look at, it's come out, and again it's not quite as bad as this first one with all that black there, but still it didn't get to print that last bit simply because it didn't make its way all the way through the printer. So now we're going to try again. Right, so now we're going to send another print command through, and of course he's going to load a new batch of paper, because there could be many reasons that's causing this problem. It could be something internally, or it could be the paper is just ever so slightly damp, or we could go on. We're not going to give you all the technical reasons as to why there could be a problem with this print run at the moment. But it's not always like this. Of course, this is just our daily reality. It could also be that we ask it to print 10 covers and they print them beautifully, and then we could have one beautiful run after the next, and then all of a sudden we would run into this kind of problem. It so happened that this is our first print run of the day and we're running into some difficulties here. When you get close in there, we see that now we have a jam there. So now this jam has to be resolved before we can carry on. Right, so now we're spooling, the message is spooling the message from the computer to the machine, and if we look at policeman, look, it's flashing blue. It's very happy. It's telling us all is good. And we're going to see it coming out on this side. It's a little bit slow because it is stapling. There's a stapling unit inside this machine which staples all the batches of books. Okay, so now you can hear this machine is making lots of sounds because it's busy putting the print run through that Makosi gave it. And she has to keep a close eye on it to make sure that it's doing everything she's asked it to do. And today is a troubleshooting day because you will see something's happened now. So Makosi has to come here and check this machine. Her first print run didn't just happen like it should. It shows her on that screen. It's quite a simple problem. There isn't paper. So she's going to go to the corner where we store our paper because it has to be stored in this controlled room. We'll show you the aircon just now, but we had to get an air conditioner. So our paper has an air conditioner. We don't have an air conditioner anywhere else on the property, just our paper room. So the paper gets the luxury of the air conditioner. And we had to do that because it has to be, the paper has to be kept at a particular temperature at all times. And now you will see, of course, he's going to load the printer. It's a very hungry printer, this. Eats paper. See these boxes, we were talking about recycling earlier. What we do with these boxes is we open them like this, because they're just glued with a little touch of glue there. And then we turn them around and we re-glue them or staple them on that side, which means we make a box for you to put your order into that you'll see when it comes to your home. It'll be in a box like that. And that has actually come from our Ryko boxes or our paper boxes, depending which paper we're using. What's nice is while the printer's printing and it's on the run, Of course, you can open another tray and load that one as well to make sure that she has got enough paper loaded in the machine. As I said, it's a very hungry machine. Likes to eat paper, hey Makosi? Yeah. Gobble, 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 gobble. Okay, so now the first one's come off the print run, and Makosi's checking that it's printing correctly. She's happy with the print quality. It's collated correctly. And she's just making sure that everything is right with this particular print run. Okay, Makosi, you're printing the Epsilon covers for us now? Yes. Thank you. Let's see if it works nicely, because we had a little trouble with our machine this morning. Part of everyday life. Oh, that's looking hopeful. How many did you ask her to print, Makosi? 11. Right, so now here come the Epsilon covers, and they're all looking good. I'm going to slide one out to see if we're happy with its quality. Let me give it to the inspector. Check, are you happy? You can get some footage of Gugu in the corner there. What are you doing, Gugu? Just standing there looking pretty.